NERDSoul.
You know who I miss, yo? No one here will probably be able to relate to this, but I miss Boot Camp Clik.
Yo,
You're telling the Brooklyn dude's not gonna relate to BCC?
You a Rockefeller
why
dude,
you so mad?
Wow.
We called you Rockefeller.
The Rock is in the building.
The Rock is in the building. Throw your Rockefeller chain on, man. I know you got under the tuck.
Throw your diamonds up.
I know you got it tucked.
You a Dipset dude.
Yeah, you can't have the diamond sign and the boots.
I'm kidding.
I know you got it in the tuck, man.
No, I didn't know.
They took it back.
Rockefeller.
They took it back. So we got to move to Cali.
Yeah, okay.
I thought you were more of a rock type of dude.
Honestly though, just yesterday I was thinking about the OGC album. I need to revisit that because in my mind that album was super hot.
Oh man, don't do that again, man.
But I don't know how I feel about it now.
It doesn't age. It didn't age.
Well, some aspects of it don't age.
Because in my mind,
the lyrics age. Of course, the lyrics are timeless. The beats don't age, man.
On OGC's album?
Let me not say that. Let me not say that.
It depends. It depends on what album we talk about. Smith & Wesson's album is still super fire.
Sonically?
Yeah. The whole package. Maybe I'm biased, but The Shining to me still
shining. Still haven't heard it.
Still shining.
I haven't even heard it. So
I've never heard it all the way through either. So
Into the Stage is very much of its time, but it has aged well.
Okay.
No. Into the Stage. We did that for the show, didn't we? Mike,
I didn't say we did. I think so.
It's a fun album. It's a rugged ass album.
That album was fire.
Okay.
I think Nocturnal.
Mr. HighSign, BCC or Mobb Deep?
Mobb.
I might have to go Mobb on that one.
Mobb has more classics.
I think I might have to go Mobb on that one.
Who rap? I'm sorry. Let me rephrase my question.
Please.
Who raps better?
Mobb has Prodigy though.
No.
But BCC is a bigger crew.
Better.
But BCC is a much bigger crew than Mobb Deep.
It's only one additional person.
One additional? What do you mean one additional person? You got
like noise?
Are you talking about the whole clique? Okay.
That's what the B and the C and the C stand for.
Yeah.
The C stands for click.
Oh, you're saying Smith & Wesson or Mobb, basically.
Thank you. Sorry.
Smith & Wesson or Mobb?
Mobb. That's hard. Mobb, I think, has more classics, like more records that are like, yo, more records and albums that are like, hey, yo.
Why HighSign?
Because
I
those
think
albums
they had better consistency.
Because Conspiracy P has
they
conspiracy.
had better production.
Yeah.
Well,
but see, the thing is,
you can't tell me that they rap better than Smith & Wesson.
You're saying that Havoc beats are not as good as
they kind of do.
Beat Minor,
rap
but
it, just rap it.
Smith & Wesson has like
just rapping.
Closer, it's closer than it might seem. Like Smith & Wesson is not as technical as Mobb Deep, but they have more specific character than Mobb Deep. Like Mobb Deep is very straightforward, even though like Mobb Deep is very like stylized for what they do. Like nothing sounded like Mobb, but Smith & Wesson had like a certain attitude to the music, the reggae influence, the slang that they were using. They both had slang, but like they were just like more wavy with it in their way. It's interesting. It's an interesting, amazing pairing. Like both of those groups.
When we're talking about raps only,
I think Mobb Deep has them with straight lyrics.
No way.
If we're talking about rapping alone, the straight rap skill,
like just like take the we're saying like words on a page.
Yes.
If I'm reading this, like let's go to genius.com and read this first.
Yes.
Prodigy, bro.
Prodigy did have
Prodigy,
some joints,
bro.
He had some joints.
Prodigy is responsible for. I'm gonna speak for you and the other two on my screen. Prodigy has multiple verses that are your favorite verses of all times.
Who's?
Anyone, you, Sean, Mike.
I hit us off with
anybody.
He hit with the G.O.V. He hit with the G.O.V. Government. He said, Sean.
I got you stuck off the realness.
That's
you be the infamous. You heard of us.
That's one.
Official Queensbridge murderers?
I said he had
official Queensbridge. That's one, right?
I don't know who officiates.
I used to be in love with this girl named Ian J. Fuck with her no more now. Fuck with
Tangeray. Not the other one for me.
Okay. The G.O.D. Father Part 3. You ran so far you might fall off the mat. Fucking with P, you need the gat. At least you had an opportunity to bust back.
Yo, P did have.
I can never get enough for this. Yo, that's my. I need that to boost my adrenaline. That's number 2. That's number 2.
But the question is,
I'm just giving it's your.
You have some.
You put them in the order that you want.
Smith and Wesson. We ain't got.
No, verses from Smith and Wesson.
So then it's Mobb.
Past the shine, like the Shining has. Like Shining got joints. Shining is like flawless.
Mobb has.
It's like a flawless album, man.
Mobb has essentially 3 street classics. Like you
on which album? They have like 3 street classics on each album.
No, 3 street classic albums.
I'm talking about.
You meant album.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah. Because someone like in Florida might not be down with it, but street classics, I'd say Mobb has 3 street classics.
There you go.
Like, and Smith and Wesson, even though I've always liked their flow, I thought they were cool.
I will say this: I listened to their second album probably like last year or earlier this year, and it aged better than I thought it did, and for me at least, was better than I remembered it.
Okay, cool.
But that's also with 20 years of being able to let the expectations of a follow-up to The Shining, leave my expectations of what a follow-up to The Shining should sound like.
All right, word. Dang. That was good, Pierre. That was good.
That was basically like, oh, word, that's crazy. It's like, that was the reaction y'all gave me just now. Like, oh, that's crazy.
Right. Yeah, I just watched. I've been watching. We've been watching the Wu documentary again because she hasn't seen it. So
have y'all watched?
I'm in my Wu bag right now. Hard.
Y'all haven't watched. You haven't watched Once Upon a Time in Shaolin yet.
Wait, what's that?
I mean, what's the name of
the TV show?
Wu show.
The TV show on Netflix.
I'm blanking on the name.
It's on Hulu.
No, on Hulu.
Yeah.
I saw that.
We reviewed that joint.
I refuse.
Yeah, you did saw because we were talking.
I know
when it was on. Why? It got renewed for a second season. You God confirmed. Why?
Yeah,
why are you doing
that's exactly who I was looking for the whole season. You God.
I refuse.
He's next season. He's confirmed. But I understood why when I saw it. It was like, yo, we're not at the You God part yet.
We need the You God part.
Oh man,
it's a must.
Yo,
it's a must. There's no Wu without you. You know what I mean?
There's no exactly. You can't spell Wu without you.
Exactly.
God, God. Yo, real quick,
he tried to get that off.
Quick, yo.
You know he tried to get that off, son.
There's There's something about the Wu that occurred to me in this moment.
All right.
You God has some of the best intra-group shout-outs in hip-hop history. Like the shout-outs, the occurrences of Wu members saying you God's names are always live as shit. Every time.
I don't know why this
Red Cappuccino, Golden Arms coming through strong. Like every time they say Golden Arms and you got like that shit be sounding like they having the most livest time in the world, yo. You at the end of heaven and hell, you God. It's like, damn, son. They got love for that guy on the low though.
Yo, you know that man tried to get that line off though.
No,
you know he
line.
He went to Riz and was like, hey yo, it's no Wu without the U, man. I need some joints, man. Look it up. You know,
work it out, please.
All right, I still contend that if you God had been able to drop an album in like 94, 95 area, it would have been solid. It would have been a solid piece. It would have been
94
at that time.
It would have been Captain Marvel. It would have been Captain Marvel.
I can see that. That makes sense.
But Captain Marvel isn't a bad movie.
I'm saying it won't be a bad album, but it'll be that one you're like, okay, we'll let this slide. It's Wu. It's Marvel. It's Marvel. We'll let it slide.
No, we won't.
That movie.
Well, some will.
Like
I've overlooked it.
Captain Marvel's not a bet.
I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's a bad movie.
I don't think it's bad.
I'm in the minority. I thought it was terrible.
No,
horrible.
I think it's one of those movies that are just. Oh, go ahead.
We need a spinoff right now. Cut this episode off right here. We're spinning off as we speak.
The
Zoom breakaway dance. You gotta have a Zoom breakaway.
For real, I think it's and I talked about this about another movie, but I remember being like, it's not bad, it's not good, it's just aight. And I was like, in this current climate socially, can something just be aight? Like, it's not great, it doesn't suck, it's just aight. Like the movie, like I'm not running back to watch the movie again. I didn't hate it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't hate it. It was just
my main goal going into the theater was it got me where I need to be. It gave me a way to get to Endgame.
Now I will say one thing. That one scene where they were doing like that team action, looked like some Rainbow Six SOCOM stuff to like save the to save their other member that was big hostage. I was like, yo, I want to see more of that. Like, I wouldn't mind seeing 2 or 3 more missions like that where y'all like doing some covert stuff. You got, 2 people got to snipe somebody, got to run up behind them, hit him with the Steven Seagal, you know what I'm saying? Hit him with the neck snap. I like that, but I also know that's not really Marvel. You can't be like all the time.
Nah, they gotta be Marvel, because if they gonna do that, they gonna do a Blade movie, they better be Marvel. They better be slicing somebody and throwing something.
They're doing a new one.
In Winter Soldier, they did have that scene where they attacked the boat, and that was kind of SOCOM Rainbow Six-ish. When they attacked the boat to free the hostage.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, in the Winter Soldier, the first opening scene.
Yeah, so they.
He was busting people's heads, man. People get beat up.
Yo, when he hit that dude, when he
bounced off
one dude I was like, yo, Captain America, he fouled on the low.
Yeah, and he's selfish, but we could talk about that too.
Yo.
Anyway.
In the end, he was selfish, man. He wanted to live his whole life. He lived his whole life, and he could have disrupted the whole time stream by living there in that time period.
Because we don't even know. We don't even know what we're going to encounter because of that. But that's a whole other thing. Anyway,
the homie protected Bucky, and your man's was like, "Yo, he physically killed my mom."
And his dad.
He physically killed my parents.
But it wasn't.
My parents
him.
are literally. I feel you. Finding out this is the guy. I don't care about any of that. What you talking about? You murked my parents. They are no longer alive because of you. And he protected the homie like he did not know who Tony was. He protected him like Tony was a lame. Like he was like, yo, you can't touch my man Bucky. No.
Yo, and they did.
Yo, calm down, bro.
They started an international incident over him. But at the same time,
he killed my mom, and then
tried to kill my father.
Cap was like,
hey, tried to kill my father.
Kill my mom. What?
He was like, look.
That's crazy.
See what Cap should
have
been
like,
like,
son.
Cap should have been like, all right, Tony, check it. All right, Tony, it's we right here, all right? I want to tell you something. Your parents got killed. He'd be like, I know that. He'd be like, all right, but hold up. My boy
I'm
Bucky.
not finished though, but let me break it down to you though.
My boy Bucky.
So you know my man Bucky.
He was under mind control. You know he's under mind control. You know what I'm saying?
So Bucky, right? You remember my man Bucky.
You remember Bucky?
He's under mind control though. He wasn't himself.
Yo, if you say you remember my man Bucky, that nigga gotta die. He did something. He did something worthy of death.
Yo, you know Bucky, right? Like, look, his mind was controlled, man. He ain't mean to do that. It wasn't his control. That was the Russians. Or was it the Russians? Yeah. Was it Germans? It was Germans, right?
Yeah, it was the Russians.
It was the Russians. The Russians or the Germans. One of them, all right? They over there. I'm just saying, they took his mind and they made him read a book, and then they controlled his mind and he killed your parents.
No, the guy he didn't read the book. The guy read the book. Got it all wrong, man.
They made him read a book.
Look, people was reading.
Okay.
And the bottom line is, he didn't do it. He didn't mean to. Well, he did it, but he didn't mean to do it because it wasn't him that was doing it. It was the Russians, and he saw.
Nah, bro.
The Russians. We got you.
Nah, Cap. Your man got to catch the ultralight beam. He gotta go. He gotta die out eventually.
Man.
He gotta go. He gotta.
That was a dope scene That was a dope scene when when they were beating him up though. Like, I mean, even though it was kind of wrong. I mean, it was right, but it was wrong at the same time.
It was so foul, son. It was so foul. Your man's murdered my parents, and then y'all packed me out. You packed me out with the homie that murdered my parents. That's crazy.
And we were supposed to be friends.
Wow.
Remember when he was like, leave the shield, it's my dad's, or whatever. He was crying like a little baby at the end of it. Shut
up. You got beat up.
You packed me out with the homie.
He's a dude in a suit. He ain't no superhero.
I thought you were my mans.
Yo, they whooped him up something else though. I ain't gonna say.
So I feel Tony. I'm team Tony on that one. Cap was foul for that. He should have told him, man.
Yeah,
as soon as he knew, he should have told him.
Not in his meatloaf.
Been up front. But instead of like, nah, I'm protect.
Not in the meatloaf.
Be up front. In his meatloaf. That was crazy.
All right, anyway, y'all ready to start the show?
Yeah. In conclusion, Captain America is selfish. In conclusion,
Captain America is the real villain.
In conclusion, Iron Man was wrong.
We done.
The Accords is a horrible idea. In the comic books and in the movie, it's a horrible idea.
Facts on facts on facts.